Well, hello everyone. It's Angela with Mystic Moon, bringing you guys your Divine Masculine Fire Sign reading. And so this is going to be for those of you feminines out there that have a Divine Masculine that falls under the sign of Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. So obviously just take what resonates for you and get rid of anything that doesn't. All the decks I'll be using here today will be listed down below, as well as these beautiful Organites. This is the Divine Masculine Nude and the Fire Element Organite, created by Michelle from Wing and Bell. And if you guys would like your own personalized version of this reading, I will put that link down below as well. Let's go ahead and get started, you guys. So the very first thing that we're going to focus on here is, how is this masculine currently viewing the feminine? Okay, so what is he seeing when he thinks of her or is looking at her right now? What is this energy here? So this is called the Goddess Spirit Oracle cards. Let's see what Goddess wants to come through to represent this masculine's energy currently when he sees her, how he views her. Okay, so we have Scotty, which I'm not sure I'm saying that correctly, but we have authenticity, truth, and honesty. To me, this kind of reminds me of a Queen of Swords, you guys. So he might see this masculine, or see you right now, feminine, as somebody who is definitely got boundaries, you have integrity, you're a very honest, straightforward person. He might also see you as somebody that he knows he's going to need to come correct to if he wants to deal with you. He may, need to be in his truth. He needs to speak honestly. And if he doesn't, it might be one of the reasons, if there is a separation or a challenge right now, that could be one of the reasons why. So let's go ahead and get some other energies connected to this. Let's go into my Twin Flame Journey Oracle and see why he is seeing the feminine as this Queen of Swords energy. Doesn't mean it has to be a negative, though. He just sees her as being very authentic. She knows who she is. She's in her truth. She speaks her truth. We have mirroring. Ooh, yeah. So I kind of get that message, though, which is if he comes towards her, he's going to have to mirror that energy. That's what I'm seeing here. He knows it. So if he is having issues with that, that might be one of the reasons he's not coming towards her, depending on your situation. So that is what we have. He may want to speak his truth to this feminine. He may want to tell her something. That could be it as well. We have the Dark Night of the Soul, but there is a fear here. He definitely has this fear, okay? It's like what I'm also seeing, though, as much as he has this fear, he also knows that he can be his authentic self with her. So she accepts him. She accepts his darkness. She accepts who he is. She perhaps has done a lot of shadow work and deep introspective, work on herself. So he knows this about her. He sees her in this light that she has done the work, that she knows who she is. This could intimidate him, scare him, or he just really respects it. I don't know why I'm trying to go into a different deck yet. If I could go into a different deck already. I just wanted to get one more of these and then we're going to clarify. Okay, understanding. So he sees her in some sort of light. He understands something about her. He has maybe some aha moment energy surrounding her. This epiphany, right? Sees her very clearly for who she is and who she represents in his life. So let's go ahead and get some tarot cards and see what we need to know here. Interesting. We have the High Priestess now. High Priestess is connected to the moon, which is feminine's energy, but the moon can be tied to Pisces in tarot as well as Cancer. So there is this hidden knowledge, right? He sees her as some sort of queen. He sees her as somebody who's all-knowing, intuitive, plugged into her truth, really understands herself so she understands other people. Okay? Definitely feel like he respects her. And with the Six of Cups, he also misses her. So if there is some sort of separation, he does think about the memories, very fond of these memories, and wants to connect with her, wants to come back together. He misses her, thinks about her a lot, is very nostalgic with the Six of Cups energy. But it could also be that they are tied by just memories. They're tied by time. They've known each other forever. That could be it as well. So it could be like a friendship here that's been here for a long, long time. sees her also as the divine feminine. Empress, Taurus, and Libra's energy. This is Venus. So he sees her as a goddess. He sees her as the ultimate. He sees her as a feminine who is standing in her truth, very powerful. No one really can hold a candle to her is what I'm getting here. So there's this pedestal energy for sure. And even if he hasn't treated her as such this entire time, at the end of the day, he knows who she is, and he knows that he needs to, if he's going to stand by her, and if he is going to be the king by her side, he is going to need to be in this energy. So if some of these masculines are not ready for this, that might be one of the things that they're running away from with this dark night of the soul, you see? But she brings this out in him. She triggers him to be the divine masculine that he's meant to be. So just depends on where these masculines are. So that's how he sees her. It's queen energy all the way, magical queen, psychic queen, all-knowing, all-intuitive queen that he has a lot of connection to and feels very tied to her with the Six of Cups energy. Okay. So now let's take a look and see, what does he feel when he plugs into her energy? What does he feel when he plugs into her energy? Okay, so this is the Depths of the Sea Oracle that I created along with my Divine Feminine Healing cards. What does he feel when he plugs into her energy? What comes up in his heart space when he plugs into her energy? Okay, so we have fishing, searching. So the hidden knowledge of the High Priestess is very much a mystery. So it's like he's searching for something. And he has had some sort of an epiphany, so he understands something, but he's still kind of trying to put the mystery together. So I feel like he's searching for answers. It could even be that he's searching for this feminine, right? It might also be, too, that he is deep in his feelings, and that's where he's going to find the answers, is in his heart space with this feminine. We have divine love. Wow. So he feels some sort of connection to her that's different than other people. Maybe he's been searching for a while, and he still can't duplicate this love if there's a separation. He feels some sort of divine connection to her. He feels like he has met a divine counterpart, and he may have let it slip. They may have gone their separate ways. Something may have happened here, but he may have kept searching and still was not able to duplicate this connection. I'm getting that for some. And we have a submarine navigation tools. This is kind of cool because he is learning how to navigate things when he connects to this feminine's heart space. So in a way, she represents some sort of teacher for him to go deeper within himself, deeper into his heart space to find the answers. So it's like it's through her and his heart space that he finds the answers that he's looking for. Wow. So it's like a journey deep into oneself, journey into the soul. What else? What else is this energy? Okay, so this feminine is very comfortable in her own skin. Like, she's confident. She knows who she is. This is very appealing to the masculine. This really lights his heart on fire. This actually makes him want that for himself. So she inspires him as well, is what I'm getting here. Because it says, I'm comfortable in my own skin, even if others can't accept me. So she's just like a badass. She's that queen. And that queen, she is a trailblazer, pretty much. And other people might not like her. Other people might be threatened by her. But she knows who she is, which is that queen that came up at the beginning. And this really helps the masculine to want to mirror that strength, right? Because I believe that's the message that came through, the mirroring. I want what you have. I see myself in you. I know that I can be better. I know that this is who I am. You remind me of who I am deep down inside. You mirror back to me who I am. And that's this divine love connection. So in some way, this masculine knows that the feminine is a part of his journey to navigate and to do some sort of work within himself. It's like he feels this, he understands this, he knows this. It might still all be a mystery to him and he doesn't quite have it all figured out, but it's like she's connected to his ascension, and he just feels it. I just saw the card closed. Okay. I was just going to say, even before this card popped out, this feminine may have closed the door on this masculine, or it could even be that the masculine closed the door on this feminine. But because of this boundary, stand back. It took a Queen of Swords to do this. So if this is not resonating with you guys this week, it may not be your reading. But if you've had to put up some firm boundaries or to become strong, and you've gotten strong through this connection, right? Then what you're doing is you're actually showing the masculine how to treat you. Also to have respect, to have integrity, to do better, to treat people better, to become a better person. So you represent this for the masculine, feminine. You represent some sort of mirror to him on how to treat people and to how to become a better version of himself. So in his heart space, he knows, especially if you've closed the door on him and you have your Queen of Swords, like you're in a Queen of Swords mode with your sword drawn and saying you can't get back in. This actually helps this masculine to want to level up, to be a better person and a better version of himself for not only him, but also for the world and you. That's pretty amazing. Wow. So we have waiting. In his heart, what I'm seeing here, it's like he's waiting. He's waiting for the feminine to return, or he's waiting for the right time for them to come together. And it's funny because in the water signs that I just did, it was saying at the very end, time is running out. So I feel like this is connected here. Rather than waiting on another to change, I make the changes within myself so that I may have these things reflected back to me. Remember the mirroring here. So I feel like this divine masculine and feminine aren't necessarily waiting on one another, but there is that element of hoping. It's probably why the Six of Cups was here, kind of hoping that someone will come back. But we're also not going to put our lives on hold. And we also know that we do need to make moves in order for reunion to happen. So there could be someone in this connection that feels guided at some point to make a move. And in the water sign readings, I did see that the masculine was being guided to make a move towards the feminine. But right now, what this masculine is doing is he's making changes within himself. So if he has those things within himself that have changed and shifted, then he is going to have a different result with this feminine in the future. So change has to occur for there to be a reunion that is going to be solid and that's going to be worth it for this feminine. Because it can't just be the same old, same old. This masculine has to have new tools to present to this connection. And I feel like he knows that. So in some kind of a way, what I'm getting here from this masculine's heart space is that he's actually grateful that this feminine is being this teacher to him and showing him how it's done, showing him that sometimes you have to wait. It could even be that the feminine was ready in the past, masculine wasn't, and now that the masculine feels like he's ready, maybe there's something that's standing in his way to where he's now going to have to be patient and wait. So it's through that patience and period time, as well as him working on himself, that a lot of this ascension is going to occur. Wow. Okay, so that is what we have here for when he plugs into the heart space and this entire energy of his feelings for her. This is what's coming up. That's pretty cool. All right, so now let's shift gears and go into the desire, okay? So what is the masculine's current desire for this feminine? What comes up for him when he desires her, thinks about the things that he desires? So this is called I'm changing the name, Sensual Magic Oracle. We have Wrath. Guys, I can't make this up. Your Queen of Swords energy, if this resonates, is one of the things that turns the masculine on the most. He might hate it, but he secretly loves it because he knows it's very attractive, because you are not someone, he has to respect you. He has to show you integrity. He has to level up to be with you, or you're not going to have it. And this really does it for this masculine. It says wrath. Your wrath, of course, might scare him, but also at the same time, it does it for him. I don't know. I'm just saying it how I see it. We also have healing. He does want to come back and heal. So he does desire this feminine. You can see here, you're at this window here, and he's out there with a flower. So someone does want to return to heal what has gone wrong here, to perhaps apologize. Definitely desires that. Desires to experience some sort of healing and relief here with you. And we have attraction. So definitely the attraction has not changed. The attraction is still there. Very much masculine wanting to be in this feminine's presence for sure. And you can see here, she's in this bath. He's like literally worshiping her and kissing her feet. So to me, that's kind of like a scenario. Not really, but it's like that energy of, even if I have to kiss your feet to prove to you how sorry I am, that's what I'm willing to do. So there could be that kind of energy here. He really desires to let her know just how sorry he is and how much he still desires her and wants there to be peace between the two of them. So this deck right here is called the Love and Lust Oracle by Fire Witch Tarot. Okay, so this is a bond that is on a very deep level, okay? So this is a strong soul connections soul connection where two souls become one. What I'm getting here is that he thinks a lot about the kiss. When you guys kissed, it could have been something here that was developed. Like there's this recognition, this soul recognition of its counterpart. Something very deep, something that shifted, that was totally unique and different than any other kiss this masculine has experienced. So I feel like he thinks a lot about kissing this feminine. He's very much in his headspace about you, okay? The pain of not knowing where we stand eats me up. So this, I feel, is going to mirror an experience of this masculine and feminine kind of being at a standstill where they don't exactly know where each other stands. And this feminine has done a very good job of being the Queen of Swords to kind of ice this masculine out to where he now has to work for it. If he wants to get back into the feminine's life, he's going to have to work for it. Like I said, it's hard, it's painful, but I need this. I need this. I'm getting this. I need to be in pain to change. I don't know. Okay, so this is talking about true love that binds you together. It's important to be patient. Divine timing is worth waiting for. So what's interesting to me is that the water sign reading, the Temperance card came up twice, which of course is about divine timing and patience. So perhaps if you resonate with this fire sign reading so far, there could be something that connects water signs as well. But this right here, it talks about a promise that was once made. Maybe there was a broken promise here. Someone was not able to keep their promise. So that could be the apology. That could be the thing that tore the two of you apart, if that is your story. And now there is this desire to want to come back and to change these circumstances, okay? But there's something about divine timing and something that's, like we're waiting. We're waiting for perfect timing. We're waiting for the right moment. But it also does say worth waiting for. And what that means is that this is something that gains value over time. It becomes more valuable because we can't have it. It becomes more valuable because we can't just obtain it immediately. There's something about waiting here that makes it more enticing for this masculine. All right, let's go ahead and see what else is in the desire energy field. Okay, so we have ear whispers. So this is something, okay, what I'm seeing here, if you're having a literal sensation of hearing your masculine talking to you in your ear, or like hearing the slight whisper, especially when you're like in bed at night, or just like when you're dreaming, you feel like you're hearing something. Really pay attention to that, because I feel like that he's talking to you, whispering something, and you're meant to hear it. So maybe he's not bringing that forth into the material, like physical reality world, but there's something that he's whispering telepathically to you. And if you hear it, I'm getting here, you need to pay attention to that. Now, there could also just be saying something very seductively and very quiet, very whispery in your ear. There could be something about ear, right? Being in each other's ears and really, feeling that sensation. So there's some kind of a turn on with that. But definitely kissing, neck area, ear area, very connected here with this masculine and for his feminine. And so we have something about being together all night long. So this is about not a quick thing. This is not about, coming together real quick, hitting it real quick and then we're out. No, this is about spending all night together. That's why we have this like kissing from head to toe kind of energy, like worshiping each other all night long. That is what this masculine thinks about. This masculine thinks about coming back together and really having this time to spend together, this time to explore, this time to really, really like savor this energy. And it might be because it's been such a torturous process. It's been so long. So it's like, I don't want to rush this. I want to savor this moment all night long. Like I want to whisper into your ear. I want to tell you. So this whole ear whisper thing, this might be a masculine who is very shy, not shy, but isn't very forthcoming with his feelings. So it's almost like feels safe to whisper it. It's like, did I hear that right? Kind of saying things, insinuating things, but not being completely forward and direct with what he says. It's like speaking in kind of puzzles for the feminine to kind of try to figure out and to analyze what exactly he meant. So he's saying something without saying something, feminine. I am getting that here. And that might be something that you experience with this masculine already. There's certain things that he said to you and you might hold on to that and you might really try to kind of examine exactly what he meant. Like, why would someone say that to me? Why would someone insinuate that? Right? So there's a kind of a mystery and a puzzle when it comes to this masculine. Yeah. So that's what we have in his desires for you. Now we're going to go into what are the things that are what are the things that he is fighting and trying to hold back when it comes to you, feminine. Let's look at this energy. So we're going to go into two of my decks here. We've got the Mystics Midnight Oracle and Tarot, and we're going to combine it with another Fire Witch Tarot deck, which is Twin Flame Hunger Vampire Edition. What is this masculine holding back? Ooh, we have Krampus. I'm telling you guys, there's something about being disciplined by this feminine that really does it for this masculine. I really can't figure it out, but that's it. I mean, it does make sense too. There are just some people that the only way that they're going to value something is if it's difficult, if it's hard, And this feminine at one time may not have been this to this masculine, but maybe she has become this to this masculine now. So what is he holding back? I mean, he's holding back his desire to want to come towards her now, right? Ooh, okay, this is interesting because this actually came through the water reading. This was one of the very last cards, Medusa. It was talking about an evil eye watching, but what I picked up on that is feeling unsafe, feeling afraid, feeling intimidated. Medusa, this is a revenge goddess. This is someone who turns men to stone. This is wrath energy. And this already came up, didn't it? Medusa, my wrath. Being a Queen of Swords, intimidation. So, you guys, this is something that the masculine is actually scared of this feminine, but he also desires her at the same time. So it's really, really kind of torturous. And I got that with water signs too. We have chains. Oh, this drives the masculine crazy. Okay? It literally does. It drives him crazy, this whole thing. It drives him crazy because either he can't have this feminine, or let's just say he screwed up so bad that he has no idea how he is going to try to make these wrongs right. So he just decides to do nothing. But deep down inside, he is really fighting this, and it does drive him crazy. Wow. All right, let's get some tarot cards here. Ooh. The 10 of Demons, the 10 of Swords, stabbed in the back. This is like, to me, one of the most painful cards in tarot. I mean, we feel like we were left for dead. We feel really screwed over. So I don't know if that's someone's story, if someone did something here. It was just like, oh my gosh, like abuse here, like battered. I feel really battered here. Or we're not talking about like physical harm, you guys. It's just maybe someone's actions or the way that they treated you. You just are like, I can't believe that they did this to me. It's that kind of energy. So like demons, these are things that torture the masculine, the way that he ended things or the way that things ultimately ended in this connection. Because someone's behavior may have created, like it was inevitable that this had to end. It just couldn't keep moving forward. Now, this could also be something too, where this masculine may have not been ready for this feminine when they came together initially. And so because of that, he knew that he was going to have to end it. But maybe things went sideways, and maybe there was a lot of unnecessary crap that happened where, a lot of this just unnecessary stuff just started to come up. Maybe lies, betrayal, other people talking, drama, whatever. Finding things out that maybe the masculine didn't really intend to hurt, but it ultimately did when you found out about it. So there's just some kind of energy here. With the Eight of Bones, which is the Eight of Pentacles, hard work. I do feel perhaps that this is this masculine's desire to try to make this work with the feminine, but it's going to be hard. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy to fix this. And that might be one of the reasons why it's just kind of easier to like let it lie. But at the same time, this is an energy that drives the masculine almost crazy. So what do you do with this? How long are you going to continue to let this gnaw at you? Is what I want to ask this masculine. And we have the Ace of Demons, Ace of Swords, breakthrough. So I feel like this masculine is hoping to break through this energy, break on through to the other side of this situation. Even though it will be hard, it's like showing up, bringing the truth to this feminine, delivering to her what he needs to deliver, which is truth, apology, something. But he is fighting this, so this is a challenge right now. All right, let's get some words. Ooh, in a ruthless phase. Okay, so this is kind of interesting, you guys. I can't remember. I believe it was water signs, and water signs is connected, I feel, to fire signs today. I did soul connections and separation, and I did it on TikTok and Instagram. So for water signs, we got Terrifier, which is a clown from a movie. And the keyword was ruthless behavior. I just got to say, I feel like it's connected. And in that reading, this was someone that was terrified because of their ruthless behavior to come back and make wrongs right. Okay? But they feel guided to. The universe is pushing them to do this. The universe, because the spirit was the spirit of the lighthouse, which is the guiding people to do this. I believe that's what the spirit was that came through. But guiding someone to take this action. So this masculine is fighting this. We have, I'm coming for you. So this is like, I'm coming for you. Okay, I can't do it. Yes, no, yes. It's very back and forth here for sure. I feel like some days this masculine knows what he's going to do, and other days he just chickens out and doesn't do it. And we have recovering. So it's like this coffin, right? Just like taking this time, like, okay, I just need more time. Maybe you need more time. So it's like that back and forth energy here. Back and forth, back and forth. So tortured. Let's now take a look and see what is the theme of your divine masculine's ascension path at this time. So what's the theme and what is he learning and how is he ascending? So this particular deck is called the Spiritual Awakening Universal Law Oracle cards. Let's see the theme of this masculine's current ascension path. The law of emergent evolution. Make a new declaration for your life. Ooh. So this right here is about moving forward, obviously evolving to the next level, declaring that you want to make new changes in your life. So masculine definitely does not want to stay stagnant. Obviously is kind of swimming around in that energy, but doesn't really want to stay there. Also, he has something to declare. And I really feel like this is connected to the other reading, because this tells me that when this masculine makes this decision to make this wrong right, there's a lot of things that are going to clear up in that energy field. There's a lot of evolution for both masculine and feminine that will take place. I'm not saying it's like it has to happen, because they can't evolve unless that happens, but it really will lift a lot of energy for both of them if this masculine does this. This is called the Moon Child Tarot. We have the star, and that's beautiful. Star is Aquarius energy. To me, this is spirit guiding, spiritual guidance when I see the star. Stars aligning, paths aligning. This is spiritual guidance. The masculine is definitely being guided right now by the stars, by spirit, by his higher self, by the universe, to actually do this, to declare this to the feminine. Because what this is going to do is it's going to create an opportunity for them to both evolve past this. Because I feel like right now they might kind of be stuck. Doesn't mean that they can't change, certain things in their lives, or they can't be happy. It just means like this particular thing between the two of them, maybe this unfinished business, this will create an evolution from that. And the star is also about healing as well. And it's also about having faith. Now we have the Three of Wands. This is something that's on the horizon. You'll never know unless you take that risk, right? So the Three of Wands is that we have a plan. We know what we want. So this masculine knows what he wants in his life. He has faith that he's destined for greater things. He has faith that he's destined for this divine love that he feels with his feminine. It's almost in a way he feels destined to be with her, right? He feels destined, like destiny is calling this masculine right now. But it's up to, it's not, I don't want to say it's up to him, but is he going to go for it? Is he going to make it happen? Time will tell. It's still in the distance. It's still in the future. This hasn't happened yet. So I do feel like this masculine and feminine are in a separation. And we have the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands is, of course, being curious about something. It's also like a child energy, meaning I'm still growing. I'm still kind of exploring. I'm still kind of figuring out who I am. But it's also about a message as well, right? Like if you're curious about something, what do? You find out about it. You explore it. You explore that option. You communicate. You want to find out something about someone, you ask. So I feel like that is the push for this masculine, especially if they're in separation here with their feminine, is if he is curious about her, he will seek out information. He will seek out a way to figure things out and to evolve for both of them to experience this evolution in this connection and situation. But this is his particular spiritual path right now to ascension. And it is to continue to do the healing, continue exploring, and continuing to declare what you want your life to be. And if you want better, you will reach for the stars. You will keep climbing. You will keep ascending. You won't settle for less. So this is this masculine's current spiritual ascension journey path. Love it. All right. So this next one is going to be, what does Spirit want the divine feminine to ask herself and consider at this time? So this deck right here is called Ask the Cards Tarot. Right? Let me make sure I have that right. I'm sorry, Ask Yourself Tarot is what it's called. What does Spirit want the divine feminine to ask herself at this time when it comes to this whole situation? We have the King of Wands. King of Wands is connected to the sign of Leo. It does say, what ideas are you ready to implement with others? Ooh, okay. So are you ready to implement? So feminine, are you ready for this masculine? Are you ready to participate with this masculine? Are you ready for him to come back? Are you ready to start something with him? So if you ask yourself and you're honest about, the answers, let's just say for some of you, you're like, I don't know if I can trust this masculine again. I don't know if I'm where I want to be. I don't know if I'm at where I'm at right now. Do I feel good enough? Do I feel strong enough? Do I feel like I'm ready for this? So I feel like this is in the energy field. It's almost like Spirit is saying, feminine, this masculine is coming back. At some point, he's coming back. I'm not trying to say like that's a guarantee, but it's like, that's what I'm hearing. This masculine is coming back, but are you ready? Are you really ready for this? Interesting. So this deck right here is called Tarot Cards for Beginners. Are you really ready, Divine Feminine? Are you really ready for this Two of Cups? Look at that lion. Are you really ready for this? Are you really ready for this powerful divine love that you've been dreaming of? It says unity, relationships, balance, partnership, friendship, cooperation, relationship bonds and commitments that offer harmony and support. So, these two snakes to me, like that's like that medical caduceus, which is healing, right? Have we healed our hearts? Are we really ready to completely give? Because, I've seen this and I've witnessed this myself. When people really want something and then they get it and then they screw it up all over again because the other person is not ready or we're not ready, or there's just still a lot of healing that needs to be done. And it doesn't mean that, you got to make sure that you're ready, or else this is, once, in a lifetime opportunity, you'll never get this chance again. But if this is something about divine timing, wouldn't it be better to get your ducks in a row, get your life together, just take care of certain things before this happens? So if you guys are really serious about this, and it's funny because I feel like in the other reading that I had done, it was the Temperance card. And the Temperance card, the question was, are you determined? Right? Are you determined? So if there's certain things that you want to do and you want to accomplish, Divine Feminine, I feel like Spirit is asking you to be determined to make these changes, to be determined to carve your life out and have it be the way that you want it to be, so you can have this confidence. Because the King of Wands has all the confidence in the world. He's very similar to the Queen. They both have a lot of confidence, but the King has a lot of confidence, a lot of belief in himself. He knows what he wants. It's like he's unshakable. So I feel like this is how you will need to be, feminine, when this masculine returns. You're going to need to be this person in a powerful position in your life. You're going to need to have your ducks in a row. You're going to need to feel good. You're going to need to feel confident. You're going to need to believe in yourself. And it's not to say you have to prove this to the masculine. You need to prove this to yourself so you can feel good when you start to exchange cups again with this masculine. because maybe you didn't feel good enough before. Maybe you felt unlovable, unworthy, and all of those things can become problematic in relationships when we're trying to connect with people. If we have insecurities and we have traumas that we didn't heal, and we take everything personally, that can do a number on a connection. If we're insecure and we have a lot of jealousy, we have a lot of issues because we've been cheated on, if you're bringing that baggage into a connection, it's not going to work. It's just going to create problems. So that's what I'm talking about, feminines. We have to really ask ourselves, are we actually ready to participate with this masculine? Are we really ready? We might not be. We might not be. And it's funny because I had a client the other day that just admitted that to me in one of her emails to me. I'm not ready for this. So I think it's really cool when feminines can just be honest and say, I am not ready. So what are you going to do to get yourself ready? What are you going to do to get yourself to this point? Whether you're facing your masculine or just other people in the future, you've got to get whole within first before we can make a whole together with someone else. That's what Spirit is asking of the feminine today, to consider this. Very interesting. Okay. Now we're going to get a message from the Divine Masculine's heart to this feminine. So we're going to go into my Twin Flame Journey Messages Volume 1 and my Arrows of Love Oracle. We have Hitched. So let me go ahead and get the message for this one. Something is still missing for me, and I'm trying to figure out what it is. Okay. So this could be a couple of different things here. Remember, this is coming from the masculine's heart. He may be saying from his heart space, I do want to be with you in this way. In the end, I know it's you. In the end, I want it to be us, right? I do want to fully commit to you, but there is still something that's missing for me, and I've got to figure out what that is before I can come to you correct. There's no point in me coming back if I am not truly ready. So it's like this masculine knows not to come back or not to push for this until he is ready. Okay. Now this is another scenario. Just take it if it resonates. If there is third party, as in the feminine or the masculine or both or one or the other is currently in another relationship, that is right there the holdup. Somebody is trying to figure out, I don't know what to do about this situation. They may not be in love with that partner anymore. They might be tied to that partner in a variety of reasons and don't know how to let that go, don't know how to kind of figure that whole situation out. So that could be the divine timing holdup here. Just take it if it resonates. We have standards and boundaries. And, this keeps coming through as the strong Queen of Swords, Divine Feminine. She's got a lot of standards. She's held up her boundaries. She said, stand back, right? It's a song from Stevie Nicks called Stand Back. For some reason, that's coming up for me right now. Is it possible to forgive and forget? Yeah. So this, of course, is a question that this masculine has, okay? It's almost like he sees this feminine, that she has learned to love herself and she has new standards and boundaries than perhaps that she had before. So he's not really sure of whether or not she'll forgive him or if she'll be able to forget. So that might be another reason that this masculine is holding back. Okay. Because he's puzzled right now. There's something that's missing and he's trying to put the pieces together. We also have rose-colored glasses. What's interesting is that what he's telling her from his heart space is that I see you through rose-colored glasses. Like you could do no wrong. Especially too, like if there's been a separation and you guys haven't seen each other in a long time, he's really focused on all of the amazing and wonderful things about this feminine. So it's kind of like a little unrealistic because when you have someone in your life, like you can see certain things, certain realities, like, oh, wow, this is this person, this is their little things that they do. But when you're thinking back on the past, you're always really usually thinking back on the good stuff. So he has rose-colored glasses right now for this feminine. He has her up on a pedestal. Yeah, see, you are an angel. Like he sees this feminine as this freaking divine being angel. It did come up in the beginning of the reading. He sees her as this feminine. He sees her as this freaking queen. He sees her as this like baddie. I'm sorry, that's just a funny way of saying it, but that's what I'm getting. And that really does it for him. He sees her as this angelic being. And we have available. Okay, so if there is third party, this is just take it if this is the situation. If it's not, I'm going to go into a different message here. Somebody isn't available. I'm sorry I couldn't do right by you. Because I couldn't do right by you, it's like someone moved on and now someone is not available, and that's also a hang up here. That's like a regret. It's a regret that someone lost someone because they weren't ready at the time. Okay? So I lost you, and now either you're not available or I'm not available. There's just time that has gone on. Now, if there's no third party here, what I'm seeing is that, are you available for me to apologize? Would you be open to it? Would you be open for me to ask you this question? Could you ever forgive me? Could we ever get past this? So this is something in this masculine's heart space when he thinks about this feminine. Would she be open to forgiving him? That's it. That's what we have. So now what we're going to do, you guys, is we are going to shift energies and go into energies that are presenting themselves in the future. So when I say presenting, when something is presented, we can either accept it or decline it. So that's free will of the future. So these are things that are just going to be perhaps presented, but whether or not people actually participate with them, choose to go down those paths, choose to open themselves up to the experience or decline them, will be up to the people involved. So we're going to go into 2 decks here, and these 2 decks are my own. We've got let me just pull them over here. Okay, if I can grab them. We've got the Oracle of Chance deck that I created, as well as the Arrows of Love Tarot. So let's see what we need to know about energies presenting themselves in the future of this connection. Ooh, Torso, stand up for what is right. So this is about doing the right thing. This is about, there's no reason to move forward here if people aren't going to be completely 100% honest in their integrity and just doing what's right. There's just no point in even doing this if it's not going to be that way. It has to be that way. It absolutely has to be that way. I'm sorry to say this, there's just no pussyfooting around. Look at that. 10 of Swords was the repeat card in this reading. So Temperance came up twice in the water sign reading, and 10 of Swords is coming up in this reading. So for me, this just means there has been a painful ending, okay? And what I just said was there's no point in even moving forward here if we can't do what's right. So then that would be just the end here. There's just no point. If we can't speak our truth and we can't be honest, then there's no point of even trying to pick this back up and move forward and start a new cycle. So if people are not ready to do that, then they might just kind of leave it on ice for now. That doesn't mean forever, but it just means we all have a choice. We can either end this separation, end this painful cycle, and do what's right and make a move, try to make those wrongs right, or just leave it in the past and do nothing. But if it's left in the past and we don't do anything, we're still going to continue to feel this energy. This is both for masculine and feminine. It's just the way it's going to be. Sorry to be so cut and dry about it, but that's what I'm picking up on. We have the cross. So the cross in Lenormand is actually a burden to bear. So I'm getting that it's your cross to bear. But in this deck, your higher power is leading you towards what's best for you. And I really got that all along with this reading, the star, which is spiritual guidance. It was also from the, I believe, water sign reading that I did on TikTok, which was spirit is guiding us towards doing what's right. So that's a big element here in this reading today. Big element in this reading today. Doing what is right. Spirit guiding and trying to orchestrate two people to reconcile, to have that temperance energy. To have that breakthrough. Remember that card came up earlier. This is something that the masculine is holding back. The Ace of Swords breakthrough. That's Ace of Arrows breakthrough. Stimulating. To stimulate change. Your higher power is leading you towards what is best for you, which is communication. To create some sort of change in this situation. So this is what Spirit is trying to orchestrate here. But again, just because it's being presented doesn't mean that the people involved, because of free will do this. This is just food for thought, right? Oh my gosh. This came up in water sign. So it's definitely connected, you guys. Water and fire usually are connected in my readings. The time has come to make a decision. It was the rabbit in the water sign reading at the very end. Time is running out. Holy shit. So it's like it's time. Like Judgment Day is here. It is time to make this decision. It is time to stop putting this off. But if we choose to put it off again, guess what? It'll come back again. As in, we'll have to maybe come back in another life and do this. Or more time will go on to where we will feel this either agony or we will feel this non-closure of this situation. It will just continue on and on and on. And it's like it's a burden to bear. It will be the cross to bear. And we have the Ten of Keys. The Ten of Keys is the, completion of something. That's number 10, the completion of a cycle. Coming together at an older age. This might be something I'm just going to say this for some of you guys. This might be something that happens when someone is older, okay? Meaning that maybe some time needs to go on. Maybe they really need to kind of figure out who they are and conjure up that strength. It could be a while for some, but it can also be that the more that we feel secure with our finances or in the material world, maybe we're going to conjure up that strength and courage to take action on this. Maybe that's somebody's hang up right now, is that they don't feel like they have anything to offer, or maybe they just don't feel like they're in the best situation right now in order to have a reconciliation or a reunion. There could be other relationships at hand as well. I see the Ten of Pentacles as, arrangements, especially financial arrangements between people. So that could also be something that's standing in the way. But see, the Ten of Pentacles, though, to me is the happily ever after card. It's very similar to the Ten of Cups. But to me, it's like we're actually building a life together. So it reminds me of a person that kind of thinks in terms of it will be us in the end. Eventually we'll be together. And that could be something that both you and this masculine really just believe, is that in the end it will be you guys together. And we have mirror. Interesting. So to me, there is time where it's like we've spent so much time on this. Have we just outgrown the situation? Has it just been too long? Are we ready to look in the mirror? And this is kind of cool because this actually came up in the very beginning of the reading. It was the mirroring card. It's like both people thinking to themselves, we're either going to do this, or is just too much time gone on? Is it just time to grow up and forget the situation? But this can also be where both of you guys are at in your lives with other people. Have you outgrown these connections that you've made with other people? Are you ready to come together with this person and face things together to make this life happen? So I'm getting a variety of messages on that. It's not just straightforward. Come together in the 3D world, Three of Pentacles, and actually cooperate like a team, teamwork, do this together. So I feel like maybe both parties have some obligations in other contracts or just in other karmic cycles in their lives. And until you kind of like outgrow that, it's kind of like difficult for the two of you to get on the same page and to make this work. But these opportunities are presenting themselves in the future. It just depends on if people are going to grab them and do the work, or if they're just going to continue to just kind of sit on it. So the choices, of course, are always ours. And we have the Fountain. I like this because it was talking about financial, right? Financial security. Now we have a financial windfall lies ahead. So maybe there's going to be an increase in finances or an increase in success. And that's going to cause somebody to feel like, hey, you know what? I can do something. You know what? I do have what it takes in order to either leave this situation, or I feel better about myself. So there's an improvement here. Okay, and we do have the Hierophant, which is connected to the sign of Taurus, which is also about marriage and family commitments. So if there is third party, I do feel like someone is going to look at the situation that they have built up in their lives and figure out, is this what I want, or is this what I want? And there's going to be like a crossroads. So a decision will be made on two paths. Do I stay with this, or do I take a chance and a risk on something else? It doesn't have to be a relationship, though. It can just be somebody's career. Do I want to keep going? Do I want to keep just building my career? Do I want to marry my career? Is my career my baby? Or do I actually want to open myself up and have a loving relationship with someone? And now we have gather more information. So as both of you guys continue on this journey, you guys are going to be getting a lot of information. So really, really pay attention to the signs that you guys see. Really pay attention to what comes to you in the form of what you hear. Because we did get the ear whispers in this reading. The things that you hear. That is information that is being given to you to make decisions. So pay attention to what you hear. And we also have the Knight of Pentacles, which is Virgo's energy. So this is slow moving, but it's methodical. Steady wins the race. This is being dedicated to the challenge at hand. You can see here he's climbing this very steep mountain here, but he is dedicated to make it happen. So I really feel like maybe both people want this, but there are a lot of obstacles in the way. And I feel like time obviously will tell, but Spirit, I am definitely getting here, is trying to orchestrate some sort of reunion when the time is right. And both people need to be on the same page, obviously, to make this work. So it is a two-way street. But that is what I have for you guys this week. So I really, really hope that these resonated. Like I said, a lot of this is connected to the water sign. So that could be that there's a water and fire sign, masculine and feminine dynamic here. So that could be something for you guys to take a look at. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Be sure to give it a like, and make sure that you're subscribed. Leave a comment in the comment section. And also, if you guys want to tip me for today's reading or just show your appreciation to these readings, I've got a donation link, and I also have my Amazon wish list for tarot and oracle decks. And that's a fun way to just receive, little gifts and stuff. I just love it. So anyways, that's that. And then I also, if you want your own personalized version, either of this reading or any of the readings that I offer, I'll put those links down below as well. All right, you guys, I hope that you enjoyed this one. Take care. Bye-bye.